Hello, everybody. Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. If you can hear me and see me okay, please give me a hello in the chat. And let me know where you're watching from. Like always, let's see where everyone is this morning, or today, this afternoon, or the evening. Hope everyone is doing well today. I am so excited to be here again with you for another live lesson. For those of you who don't know, my name is Molly. I am a tutor on Cambly. Maybe some of you have watched some other live lessons with me in the past. So here I am again today, and today's topic is going to be reducing adjective clauses to adjective phrases. Nothing too complicated. So while we wait on some viewers to join in, let me know where you're watching from today. I'll give some shout outs. If you've already put where you are watching from, tell me, do you know what an adjective clause is? If it's a yes, then tell me in the chat, what is an adjective clause? Let's see, where is everyone watching from? All right. Hello, India. Hi, Brazil. Welcome. Hello, Scotland. Hi, Japan. Hello, France. Welcome, Turkey and Italy. Saudi Arabia, Kuwait. Awesome. Oh, wait, just one more minute. So if you've already told me where you're from, can you tell me what is an adjective clause? It's not up here. What is an adjective clause? While we're waiting on a few more people to join in. Hello, Azerbaijan, Hungary, welcome. Great. And again, for those of you who are joining in, today's topic for the live lesson is how to reduce an adjective clause to an adjective phrase. So for this reason, I asked, what is an adjective clause, right? We need to make sure we know what an adjective clause is before we get started today. Hello, Thailand. Welcome. All right, so remember that if you need to leave early or if you get lost in today's lesson, it will be recorded so you can go back and watch it on Cambly's YouTube channel again, just in case. And let's see. An adjective clause, a type of dependent clause that works to describe a noun in a sentence. Very good, Andres Serrano. Very good. Eve also said a group of words that contains a subject and a verb to provide further description. Correct. Very good. Eve Garden. That is correct. Yes. So exactly what they said. An adjective clause, it's a group of words that has a subject and a verb, and it provides further description or further detail about something. That is what an adjective clause is today. We are going to see how to make an adjective clause into a phrase. Now you may be wondering, what is a clause and what is a phrase? Does anyone know what a clause is and what a phrase is? The difference between them? If you do, type it in the chat. If you know the difference between a clause and a phrase, type it in the chat. Hello, Indonesia. Hi, Portugal and Germany. Welcome, Pakistan. Hello. All right. So once again, an adjective clause is a group of words that contains or has a subject and a verb, and it just provides a further description or detail. Now, a clause is a group of related words that has a subject and a verb. That's all that a clause is, a group of words that has a subject and a verb. A phrase is a group of related words that does not have a subject and a verb. Okay, so one more time. A clause is a group of words that does have a subject and a verb. A phrase is a group of related words that does not have a subject and a verb. Okay, so if that tells you anything, today we're going to be going over how to make an adjective clause, an adjective phrase, right? So probably we're going to be taking out a subject and a verb or something like that. So here's an example for you all. A clause, a group of words with a subject and a verb. The girl who is sitting next to me is Mary. Okay, the girl who is sitting next to me is Mary. This is an adjective clause. Here you see we have a pronoun and a verb. An adjective phrase would be the girl sitting next to me is Mary. So as you can see, we took away who is, and this sentence is still correct. It still makes sense. The girl who is sitting next to me is Mary, or the girl sitting next to me is Mary. Okay, so today we're going to talk about when we can take away these words to make the sentence a phrase, an adjective phrase, that still makes sense in the English language. All right? Is everybody ready to get started? If you are, give me a thumbs up or a yes in the chat. And we're going to jump right into the rules on how to make an adjective clause, an adjective phrase. Okay? So the first rule, great, I see some thumbs up, thank you. The first rule you need to know, I have up here for you, okay? So if you need to screenshot this, read it, write it down, take notes. Only adjective clauses that have a subject pronoun, who, which, or that, can be reduced to an adjective phrase, okay? One more time. Only adjective clauses that have a subject pronoun, who, which, or that, are reduced to adjective phrases. If it does not have who, which, or that, it cannot be reduced to an adjective phrase. Okay, that's very important, the most important. So don't forget that. An exception, if it has whom, we cannot reduce it to an adjective phrase. Only who, which, and that. Don't forget it. Who, which, and that, okay? So there are two rules that we're going to cover today when we want to make an adjective clause, an adjective phrase. The first one is, number one, if the adjective clause has the be form, meaning the verb be in some form in the sentence, we are going to omit the subject. Omit just means delete or take away, okay? Omit the subject pronoun and the be form of the verb that is the form of be, all right? If the adjective clause has the verb form be anywhere in it, we are going to delete the subject pronoun and the form of be. There is an exception for this, which we will cover in just a moment. Let's practice this first, okay? So let me show you two examples of this. Let's go over two examples. Okay, so we have our adjective clause here. The man who is talking to John is from Korea. The man who is talking to John is from Korea. So does our adjective clause have the form be, the verb form be? Yes, it does, right? Right here is, who is, okay? So what do? We delete the subject pronoun. What's the subject pronoun? Who, and the verb form of be, which is, okay? We're just going to take that right out. Be visual. Omit or delete it, okay? We don't need it anymore. And so now our adjective phrase is the man talking to John is from Korea. It has the same exact meaning, but it's just a little easier to say. And this is great practice for more advanced levels who are wanting to sound like a native, okay? The man talking to John is from Korea. All we did was take away who is. All right. Let's look at one more example, and then we're going to practice 2 of these. Your adjective clause. The ideas which are presented in the book are good. Okay, does this have the verb form of be in it? Yes, it does, right? Right here, are. Are is a form of the verb be. The ideas which are presented in the book are good. So what do we have to do to make this a phrase because it has a form of the verb be? We need to omit or delete the subject pronoun and the verb form of be. So our adjective phrase becomes, the ideas presented in the book are good. The ideas presented in the book are good. All we did was take away which are, and it means the same exact thing. All right? Okay, let's practice 2 of these. We're going to practice 2 of these. Easy enough? That's easy enough. Give me a thumbs up. That's just rule number 1. And we're going to practice this, and then we're going to go over rule number 2, and I will take some questions if you have questions. And at the end, we are going to have a little quiz. So make sure you're paying attention to the rules, okay? Because we're going to have a little quiz. Take notes. All right, good. I see some thumbs up. Okay, let's practice this. So I'm going to give you the adjective clause, and you are going to make it an adjective phrase in the chat, okay? So get your fingers ready. Type the adjective phrase in the chat. Your adjective clause is, it's a question. Do you know the woman who is coming toward us? Do you know the woman who is coming toward us? How do I make this an adjective phrase? First, I have to identify that it does have the verb form of be. So what do I need to do to make it a phrase? I'll give everyone just a moment. Type the phrase in the chat. Do you know the woman who is coming toward us? What am I going to take away from this to make it an adjective phrase? Very good. Easy enough. I see lots of correct answers. Very good. Yes. You all are, you've got it. Do you know the woman coming toward us? Do you know the woman coming toward us? So what did we take away? We took away the subject pronoun who and the form of the verb be. Who is, we delete it. And now we are left with our phrase. Do you know the woman coming toward us? And it means the same thing. Very good. All right, let's do one more of these, and then we'll go over rule number 2. The next one. The scientists who are researching the causes of cancer are making progress. This one's a little longer. The scientists who are researching the causes of cancer are making progress. Okay? What's most important is we need to identify if the form of be is in this sentence. Yes, it is, are. So now what are we going to take away from the sentence to make it an adjective phrase instead of an adjective clause? I'll give everyone just a moment to type their answers in the chat. The scientists who are researching the causes of cancer are making progress. I already see one right answer. Very good, Mary. Great job. Awesome, awesome. Okay, very good. Easy enough. This one was a little bit of a longer sentence. So it should be, the scientists researching the causes of cancer are making progress. Okay, what did we take away? We took away who are, the subject pronoun and the verb be. We deleted them from the sentence, and now we're left with an adjective phrase. The scientists researching the causes of cancer are making progress. All right, great job. Very, very good. Now, I wanted to touch on an exception really quickly before we move on to Rule 2. So there is an exception in this. If the adjective clause has the verb form be plus an adjective, a single adjective, the adjective has to be moved in front of the noun, okay? The noun that it's modifying. So let me show you an example, and then we'll do one to practice. Okay, so for example, fruit that is fresh tastes better than old fruit. Fruit that is fresh tastes better than old fruit, okay? So we see that this has the verb form is, so we know we need to make this an adjective phrase. We need to take away the subject pronoun, which is that, and we need to take away the verb be, which is. So that is, right? So then that leaves us with fruit fresh tastes better than old fruit. But that doesn't make sense, right? Because in English, the adjective needs to come before the noun it modifies. So in this case, we need to move that adjective before the noun, okay? So we wouldn't say fruit fresh tastes better than old fruit. We would say fresh fruit tastes better than old fruit, okay? Which is very true. I don't know who eats old fruit. Fresh fruit tastes better than old fruit. So remember, when you have the be form, the verb be, followed by a single adjective, when you make it a phrase, you need to move that adjective before the noun that it's modifying, or else it won't make sense. All right? Let's practice just one of these. Let's practice one of these. So your adjective clause is people who are healthy live longer. People who are healthy live longer. So keeping in mind this exception that we just talked about, how am I going to make this an adjective clause? Sorry, moving that around. How do I make this an adjective clause? I'll give everyone just a moment. Remember what you have to do with the adjective, where you have to move it. Someone said, old fruit tastes better when baked. Very true. When I have old bananas, I bake banana bread. I love banana bread. Yeah, with old fruit, I make banana bread. It's delicious. Very good. I see lots of correct answers. Great job. Okay, so yes. So first of all, we see that our verb here, right, be is are. So we need to take away the subject pronoun who and the verb be, which is are. So who are, throw it away. We don't need it anymore in our adjective phrase. And then our adjective is healthy. So instead of saying people healthy live longer, that's not right. We need to move our adjective before the noun. In English, the adjective comes before the noun that it's modifying, okay? Healthy people live longer should be your correct answer, which I see many, many correct answers in the chat. Very good. Good job. All right. So that is rule number 1. So rule number 2 gets even easier than that, all right? If there is no form of the verb be in the adjective clause, sometimes what we can do is omit the subject pronoun and change the verb to end in the ing form, what's called the gerund, okay? So if there is no form of the verb be in the adjective clause, not always, but sometimes, most of the time, we can just omit the subject pronoun completely and change the verb in that sentence to the ing form, all right? Let's go over 2 examples, and then we're going to practice. So your adjective clause, English has an alphabet that contains 26 letters. I don't know if the word of is supposed to, that contains 26 letters. I may have made an error there. English has an alphabet that contains 26 letters. Okay, so is there the verb form of be in this adjective clause? No, right? There's no form of the verb be. Our verb is has. Has and be are different. Have and be are different verbs, right? So we can't omit We don't do what we do in rule number 1. We're not going to take away the subject pronoun and the verb be. What we can do is take away the subject pronoun. What's the subject pronoun? That, okay? And actually your verb is contains. It has 2 verbs. Our subject pronoun is that, and we're going to add an ing to our verb contain. So our adjective phrase becomes, English has an alphabet containing 26 letters. English has an alphabet containing 26 letters. Okay? Let's look at one more. One more example. So we have the adjective clause, anyone who wants to come with us is welcome. Anyone who wants to come with us is welcome. Do we see the verb be anywhere here in this sentence? Technically, yes, but we're looking with the subject pronoun, right? We're looking here. Don't pay attention to this one. Don't get confused. Always look for the subject pronoun, the verb with the subject pronoun. So no, we're not using the verb be, okay? Our verb is once. So how do we make it a phrase? We delete, throw away the subject pronoun who, and add ing to our verb want. So our adjective phrase becomes, anyone wanting to come with us is welcome. Anyone wanting to come with us is welcome. Okay, we're just adding ing and throwing away the subject pronoun. All right. The verb be. Be becomes is, are, was, were. That's so any form of the verb be. If you see it in an adjective clause, if you do see it, you're going to follow number 1, rule number 1. If you don't see the verb be in an adjective clause, you're going to follow rule number 2. Okay? Let's practice this. Just 2 examples practicing. And then we're going to go over one more slight exception. And then I have got an 8-question quiz. So remember, I hope you're taking notes because we're going to go through a quiz together. And then we'll be done. All right, so your adjective clause is, we have an apartment which overlooks the park. We have an apartment which overlooks the park. There's no verb form of be in this sentence, okay? So let's find the subject pronoun and the verb that follows that. And so if I need to move over a little bit so you can see this, I always block the posters. How are we going to make this an adjective phrase? What do we have to do? Wonderful. You guys are great. Very good. It should be, we have an apartment overlooking the park. Okay, very good. So what do? We took away our subject pronoun which, and we added ing to our verb. Okay, we have an apartment overlooking the park. Excellent. I think everyone put the right answer for that one. Great job. Let's do one more. The rules that allow public access to wilderness areas need to be reconsidered. Try to do some more advanced sentences in here for you all to practice your vocabulary. The rules that allow public access to wilderness areas need to be reconsidered. All right, so how do we change this from the clause to the phrase? Because it doesn't have the verb be. Make sure you find your subject pronoun and the verb that follows it. And then what are you going to add to it? I'll give everyone just a moment. Type your answers in the chat. This one is a bit of a longer sentence. Good, 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 good. And now I see all the answers coming through. Exactly. So our subject pronoun is that, right? It's that. And our verb is allow, so we're going to throw away that and add ing to the verb allow. So our adjective phrase should be, The rules allowing public access to wilderness areas need to be reconsidered. Very good. All right. Now I wanted to go through one more rule with this. So when you have an adjective clause that has commas in it, when you make it an adjective phrase, you have to keep the commas, okay? Let me show you an example. So your clause is Paris, comma, which is the capital of France, comma, is an exciting city, right? Because we have our clause here, which is the capital of France. So when I reduce this to the phrase, I have to keep these commas. I can't get rid of those. I can't throw those away. I can throw away the subject pronoun and the verb form of be, right? So to make this a phrase, we're getting rid of our subject pronoun and the verb be. Get rid of that. Paris, comma, the capital of France, comma, is an exciting city. Okay? That's it. Super easy. Just make sure you keep your commas if you do see them in the sentence. Of course, if you're writing. If you're speaking, we don't speak with commas. You don't have to say comma in your sentence if you're talking. But if you're writing, you need to keep your commas. All right? And just to test your knowledge, before we start this quiz, let's do the opposite. I'm going to give you an adjective phrase, and you need to make it an adjective clause. Okay, so the opposite of everything we just went through, I already have the reduced adjective phrase, and you need to add something to make it the clause. We visited Barcelona, a city in northern Spain. We visited Barcelona, a city in northern Spain. This is already the adjective phrase. What do you think we took away from the clause to make this the phrase? So this is the opposite. You need to add a subject pronoun and a verb. We visited Barcelona, a city in northern Spain. If you get this right, I'm going to give you bonus points, virtual bonus points. Oh, great. I already see right answers. Very good. So remember, this is already the reduced version of the adjective phrase, which means we removed a subject pronoun and possibly the verb be. Good. So you guys are incredible. This should be, we visited Barcelona, which is a northern city in Spain. Yeah, so that's what we deleted to make it a phrase. We visited Barcelona, which is a northern city in Spain. Extra credit points for everyone. Very good. Okay, let's do a really quick review, and then we're going to have a little 8-question quiz. So pay attention if you tuned in late. You need to know the rules for the quiz, all right? So the main important rule is that only adjective clauses that have who, which, or that as their subject pronouns can be made into adjective phrases or can be reduced into adjective phrases, okay? Only the ones with who, which, and that. If it has whom, we cannot make it an adjective phrase. It stays the same, all right? Rule number 1, if you see the verb be in any form following the subject pronoun, you must delete the subject pronoun and the form be in the sentence, okay? Take away the subject pronoun and the form be, and you're left with your adjective phrase. That's it. An exception to that is if the form of the verb be is followed by a single adjective. When we reduce it, we need to move that adjective before the noun, right, to make it make sense. And if the adjective clause does not have the verb form of be following the subject pronoun, if it doesn't, we follow rule number 2, which is delete or throw away the subject pronoun and change the verb to the ing form, okay? Not always. Sometimes, most of the time, but not always. You can't always do that, okay? All right. Is everybody ready for the quiz? Do you feel like you're in school again? I won't give you a grade on this. I'll just give you thumbs up and virtual extra credit points, okay? So I'm going to cover up what we have here so that you can't see. So take one last good look at it because it's about to be covered up, or take a screenshot. If you don't get a screenshot in time, remember you can view this again later and take a screenshot. All right, these are the rules. They're going away now. Make sure I hang this where you can see it. Okay. All right. Someone said that they love the session quiz. I'm glad you love quizzes. I never liked quizzes when I was in school. Okay, so we've got 8 questions, all right? And I'm going to give you the right answer after I give you a moment to, don't look yet, don't start answering yet, until I'll give you some moments to answer until I give you the correct answer, okay? So let's go one by one, okay? So don't start answering the numbers until I give them because I have all of them here, okay? We're gonna start with number 1. Number 1, your question is, what are the 3 pronouns in adjective clauses that it must have? What 3 pronouns, subject pronouns must it have to be reduced to an adjective phrase? There are 3 pronouns that the adjective clause must have to make it an adjective phrase. If it doesn't have one of those, we can't shorten it to an adjective phrase. So what are those 3 pronouns? Very good. Good job, good job. I'll give you one more moment. You guys took your notes. Yeah, so it should be who, which, and that. Who, which, and that. The adjective clause must have who, which, and that to be shortened to an adjective phrase. Great job. Who, which, and that. Okay, number 2. Number 2, if the adjective clause has the be form of the verb, okay, how do we make it a phrase? If it does have be, the verb be in it, how do we make it a phrase? What's the rule? Good job. I already see some right answers. What do we need to do to make it a phrase? If we do see the verb form of be, if it does have it. Remember rule number 1? What was rule number 1? There are 2 things we need to delete in rule number 1, or omit or delete, okay? So I see some are getting one, but not the other. So there are 2 things we need to delete. Let's see. It's not add ing. We don't add ing. If it does have the verb form of be, we don't add ing. We delete the subject pronoun and the verb form of be, okay? We delete the subject pronoun and the verb be. Remember our example. Do you know the woman who is coming toward us? So this has the verb form be. What do we delete? We delete the pronoun and the verb be, and it becomes, do you know the woman coming toward us? So that was rule number 1. So delete the pronoun and the verb be, okay? Number 3, don't move on yet, okay? We're still on number 3, so don't start answering these yet. Am I gonna have to block this so you don't start putting answers? Number 3, if there is no form of the verb be, what do we sometimes do to make it a phrase? If we don't see the form be in the adjective clause, what can we sometimes do? What's the rule to make it a phrase? I see some right answers, but I think they were put when we were still going over number 2, so they don't count. So if you give the answer when I'm not to the question yet, No extra credit points for you. So now we're answering number three of the quiz. Very good. Perfect. If there is no form of the verb be in the adjective clause, sometimes we can omit the subject pronoun, throw it away, and change the verb to its ing form. Very good. So some of you only have ing. We can't only add ing. We also need to omit the pronoun, okay? So there's 2 steps. So don't forget both steps, all right? Not just adding ing, but deleting the pronoun and adding ing to the verb. Both of those. If you only add ing to the verb, it won't make sense. Okay. The next one is practice. So I have an adjective clause for you, and you need to make it an adjective phrase. It's a very long sentence. I chose a long sentence for you all, okay? So your adjective clause is, hopefully you all can see it, Albert Einstein, who was one of the greatest scientists ever, performed badly in high school and failed his first college entrance exam. Which is true. It's a fact if you didn't know. I don't know if you have learned about Albert Einstein. So I'll repeat it one more time. Albert Einstein, who was one of the greatest scientists ever, performed badly in high school and failed his first college entrance exam. Which is a great example that taking tests in high school and college does not determine your success or your intelligence, right? So, we need to identify, do you see the form be, the verb be in this clause? Do I need to scoot it closer? Just a little bit. I think I can do that. Is that better so that you all can see it? The verb be is in there, so we need to follow rule number 1. Rule number 1, which is what? What do we do if we see the verb be? What do we omit? All right, I'm going to give everyone just a moment to write their answers. Take your time. Don't move on to number 5 yet, please. We're still answering number 4. Good, 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 good. If you want, you can write out the whole phrase, type out the whole phrase in the chat, or just tell me what to do, whichever one you prefer. Either is okay. I'll accept both answers. I think these days it's much easier to type an answer than it is to write with a pencil. Great. I see some great answers. Okay, so we do see the verb form be, right? Following our pronoun was. So was is a form of the verb be. It's in the past. So we need to follow rule number 1, which is omit the pronoun and delete the verb form of be. So our new sentence should be, Albert Einstein, one of the greatest scientists ever, performed badly in high school and failed his first college entrance exams. Okay, so we deleted who was. Who was we no longer need in the adjective phrase. Great job. Okay, let's move on to number 5. Number 5, same thing. It's an adjective clause. You need to make a phrase. Anyone who is not wanting to go on the trip should inform the office. Anyone who is not wanting to go on the trip should inform the office. Do we see the verb form be? If so, what do we do? Give everyone just a moment. I don't know if anyone knew that fact about Albert Einstein. I didn't know until I was planning this lesson that he didn't do well in school, but he was a very, very intelligent man, and he contributed a lot to the technology we have today. Great. And again, you can either rewrite or retype the adjective phrase, or you can just tell me what needs to be done. Either way. Someone didn't know about Einstein. Yeah, me either. Learn something new every day. So maybe you're learning some English grammar and you're learning a new fact about Albert Einstein. Learning 2 new things today. All right, the correct answer to this one, so we see we have the verb be, right? So we delete our pronoun who and our verb is, and it leaves us with anyone not wanting to go on the trip should inform the office. Okay, very good. Great job, everyone. Almost done. We're almost done. 3 more. Number 6, the man whom I met in the coffee shop paid my tab. How do we make this an adjective phrase? The man whom I met in the coffee shop paid my tab. I'll give everyone just a moment. Somebody said an easy exam. I'm glad this is an easy exam. Not an exam, a quiz. Ooh. I'll give everyone else just a moment. How do we change this adjective clause to an adjective phrase? The man whom I met in the coffee shop paid my tab. Great job. I see that was a trick question. Trick question. No change. You can't change this to an adjective phrase. Why can't we change it? Why can we not change it to an adjective phrase? Because the pronoun is whom. Whom. Remember, our 3 pronouns have to be who, which, or that. If we see whom in the adjective clause, we can't make it an adjective phrase. It stays the same. You guys passed the trick question. Great job. Good job. 2 more. 2 more questions. Number 7, dogs that are abandoned are usually taken in by animal shelters. Dogs that are abandoned are usually taken in by animal shelters. Or sometimes, depending on the country. How do we make this a phrase, an adjective phrase? Give everyone just a moment. Does anyone has anyone adopted an abandoned dog or cat? My dog was abandoned in the street. I adopted her. She was actually abandoned in the street and she was taken in by an animal shelter. And then she came to my home. So first we need to see if the verb be is in there. If we don't see the verb be anywhere, we follow rule number 2. So what was rule number 2? Give everyone. Ooh, I see some right ones and some wrong ones. So this one was also an exception. All right. So we do see the verb be, okay? Here, our pronoun is that are, all right? So we take that away, and that leaves us with dogs abandoned are usually taken in by animal shelters. But that doesn't make sense because abandoned is an adjective, so we need to move the adjective before the noun. So your sentence should be, or your phrase should be, abandoned dogs are usually taken in by animal shelters, right? We need to move the adjective before the noun. Abandoned dogs are usually taken in by animal shelters. Great job. And last one, everyone, and then we are done for today, and you can go enjoy the rest of your day or the rest of your evening. You guys have been great. I always make my lessons longer, sorry, but you guys stay tuned. I appreciate you still watching. Number 8, last one. Anyone who studies English that wants to join Cambly should wait for the promo code at the end. This one is a tricky one. Anyone who studies English that wants to join Cambly should wait for the promo code at the end. Last and final, I saved the best one for last. Best one for last. Give everyone just a moment. Let's see if anyone can get it. We'll end on a good note. Let's see. I'm gonna wait just a moment. This one's tricky. It is a tricky one. I did this one last on purpose. I had to give you guys a challenge. You all have done wonderful and answered correctly on all of the other ones, so I had to give you a challenging one. Okay, all right, I see some right answers. Okay, so this one we can actually do 2 ways, okay? I don't know if you noticed, but there's 2 pronouns, and we can do it 2 different ways, so let me show you. We can do anyone studying English that wants to join Cambly should wait for the promo code at the end. Anyone studying, okay? So in this one, I went by the subject pronoun who. It doesn't have the verb be here, so I just deleted who and made studies studying. I added the ing, so I followed rule number 2. Anyone studying English that wants to join Cambly should wait for the promo code at the end. Or there's another way to change it. If I follow the pronoun that, it's still not followed by be. It's followed by once, okay? But I can change once to wanting. So it just depends on which one you choose. So I could also say anyone who studies English wanting to join Cambly should wait for the promo code at the end. All right? And that is the end of today's lesson. And since you all stayed, really quickly, many of you, I think, are Cambly students already. But if you are not a Cambly student and you are interested in joining Cambly, it is an online English learning platform. You can do it from your computer or from the application on your cell phone. And you can connect with a native English speaker any time of the day to practice your English and help improve your confidence while speaking, okay? If you are not on Cambly and you're interested in joining, the promo code that you waited for is Go Live. Go Live. And after this is over, you can go back and watch this video again on Cambly's YouTube channel and find that promo code in the description below. All right? That is it for today. Thank you so much, and sorry for taking so much of your time, but I appreciate all of you joining in and watching today's live lesson on making adjective clauses, adjective phrases. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day and the rest of your week, and I will see you next time. Bye.